Hi guys, it's Becca, your yoga teacher and friend, BeccaYogaUK. I'm here bringing you your second YouTube video that you can do anytime, anywhere. So lots of the poses that we'll be doing in this session are going to be real fundamental poses. Beginner poses, because they're ones that you might typically see if you attend classes in studios or at the moment are doing online classes or live Zoom classes. So in that sense it's going to be tough because there might be quite new positions to bring your body into, but really good fun and really good just to break them down and enjoy the challenge. It's going to be a bit of a gentle vinyasa flow, and vinyasa flow means the linking together of the movement with your breath. So yoga is often called a moving meditation, where you just thread one pose into the next. So I'm going to try and bring that vinyasa flow element into this beginner class. I hope you enjoy the practice and let me know what you think afterwards. See you on your mat. If you want to come onto your mat, and we're going to take the knees nice and wide towards the outside edges of your mat, toes to touch, and sit your hips back into your child's pose. So you can let your arms slide out in front, armpits open, forehead comes all the way down to your mat. You can blink your eyes closed. And in your child's pose, let your body start to soften. Maybe feel the parts of your body that you feel the stretch. So for me, I'm feeling it kind of back of the thighs, side of the body, and through the arms. I've got tight shoulders, so the armpits are getting a good stretch here. And if you ever feel that in your child's pose, it's a little bit hard for the back of the top of the feet and the thighs, you can always just run to your sofa or your bed and grab a pillow or cushion. Take that cushion, either if it's hurting the ankles, you can place the cushion underneath the top of the feet and come back into that child's pose. So there's some support there. Or if it's more in the hips that you're feeling this, you can bring the pillow. I'm going to fold this one, just fold it at that kind of crease of the hips and come forwards over the pillow, let your head fall down. So feel free to adapt to the child's pose just for whatever you need in your practice today. And just take 3 more breaths. A deep inhale. Long exhale. Ujjayi breath in. Breathe into chest, to ribs, to belly. Keep your lips sealed. Breathe forcefully out your nose. Deep breath in. Chest, ribs, belly. Lips sealed. Breathe forcefully out your nose. Next inhale, lift your chest, come to a tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees walk in, they come underneath the hips. And then from here, coming to your cat-cow to wake up your spine. So your cow pose first, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, let your belly dip down. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, drop the head. Maybe you look between the thighs as you round. Inhale, lift tailbone, lift chest, gaze can go forwards. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, drop your head, scoop your belly up to your spine. Just 2 more. Breathe in, lift tailbone, chest. Exhale, curling under, drop your head. Inhale, that Ujjayi breath in. Ujjayi breath out. And then from here, come back to your neutral tabletop position. So your head is going to look forwards towards your fingertips. And we're going to come all the way to your downward facing dog. So you can tuck your toes. Send your hands a little further forwards ahead of the palms and shoulders. And then lift your knees, lift your hips.
Extend through the back of your legs. So the main thing you want here is length through the arms and the back. So it's okay to keep that bend in the knees, but try to avoid the hands or shoulders being over the hands, and really push your hands away to lengthen and open the armpits. Another thing that's quite nice in your down dog is to take a little pedal out of the legs. If you need to, if down dog is just not there for you, your wrist or shoulders have any niggles, you can bring the knees down and then just stretch out one leg, send the heel back and forwards, and take the other leg long, send that heel back and forward. So you can do that a couple of times, otherwise sticking with me in downward dog. Pause, come to stillness. Press your thumb and first finger into the mat. Keep that mini bend in the knees. Try and tilt your tailbone up a little more. Lift both heels, bend the knees, look forwards between your hands. Start to tiptoe your feet so you come to the top of your mat. Find your forward fold, ragdoll. So your ragdoll, you're going to keep the feet about hip distance. Grab hold of your elbows, mini bend in the knees, fold over your thighs. Make sure your head is dropped. So you're not looking down towards your toes, your head is dropped, so gaze is between the legs. Maybe take a little sway side to side in your ragdoll pose, and this will help to loosen your back. Here, release the grip of the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. So for your flat back, fingertips on the mat, lengthen the arms and the spine. Maybe you come a little higher to get a flat back, palms on the shins, and lengthen slightly more. I like to keep a bend in the knees, so you can keep that going there. And exhale to fold forward, hinge. One more to practice. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, fingers to mat or shins. Exhale to fold forward. Coming to a mountain pose. So start to push into the feet. Scoot your belly in as you round slowly up to standing. Keep that core drawing in to protect your spine. Once head and shoulders are up, you can sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Bring your hands together to touch. And exhale, lower your thumbs down so they come to rest on your chest. So you can stay here where you are. I'm just going to turn side on so that you can see me. And we're just going to take a couple of shoulder rolls. So as you breathe in, lift the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze them in and drop them down, let go. And again, breathe in, lift the shoulders up, squeeze them in. Exhale, drop, let go. This one slowly. So breathe in, lift the shoulders up, squeeze them in. Try and draw the shoulder blades back and then slide them down your spine. And then release your arms down by your side. So this is also your mountain pose. You're going to be standing in kind of your true north alignment here. So press down through your feet. Feel the kneecaps lift up. That will switch on the thighs. Squeeze your bum a little bit here. Lift a little through your chest. Draw your belly in. And let your shoulders relax. Hands turn to face slightly forwards. If you want to here, you could also just blink your eyes closed. And imagine you've got someone just trying to pull a thread through the crown of your head. So that lengthens the back of your neck and your spine. Take a breath in here. Sigh out, let go. If your eyes were closed, you can blink them back open. Or turn to face the front. You can stay there. Take a breath in, sweep your arms all the way up, overhead, hands together again. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips, come all the way down, fingertips to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bring your fingertips down to the mat. We're going to leave the right foot there. Slide your left leg all the way to the back of your mat and lower the knee. We're coming to a low lunge. Push into front foot. Inhale, rise up. So both arms can reach up. If it's more stable for you, you can have the hands on the front of the knee and kind of push that knee away. So you're creating space in that right hip. Wherever you are, lengthen the chest, lift tall. Exhale, both hands come down to your mat. See here if you can tuck your left toe, lift the left knee. Step to downward facing dog. You can always come back to all fours and you can always come to a child's pose. But wherever you are, take a breath in. and a breath out. Inhale. Ujjayi, strong exhale. Then lift both heels, bend the knees, look forwards. We're going to tiptoe again, so start to step the feet to the top of your mat. Find ragdoll, mini bend in the knees. Grab hold of your elbows, let your body fold. Head relax, maybe a slight sway again, side to side. Release the grip of your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, mountain pose, just one more. Scoop the belly in, so we're finding the rhythm as you breathe in, rise all the way. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. On your exhale, bend the knees, bring your fingertips down onto your mat. Left foot's going to stay there this time. Lift the right heel and slide that right foot all the way back. Lower your right knee down. A low lunge here. Push into front foot. Reach both arms up. Again, if it's more helpful for the balance, you can bring hands on the top of that thigh and push that thigh forwards a little. So this will open the front of your right hip. Wherever you are, take another breath in. Try to lengthen the chest up. Exhale, both hands come down to your mat. Tuck your right toe, lift your right knee, step to your downward facing dog. Exhale, lower both knees down to your mat. So you're in a tabletop position. We're going to practice your first vinyasa. So in the vinyasa, for now just keep the toes tucked. And I'm going to get you to place your hands a little further forwards. So where the fingertips were, put the heel of the hand there. So you're just stepping them a palm's distance forwards. And then bring your shoulders again forwards over the wrists, so you actually open a bit more through the front of the hips. And then from here, you can untuck the toes. Start to bend your elbows, send your chest forward and all the way down onto your mat, between your thumbs. So your chin might come down here too. And then from here, you can slide the chest through, so hips come down. Inhale, baby cobra. Point the elbows back. Push into your pinky finger. Exhale to release. We'll take that once more. So again, press into the top of the feet. Inhale, just lift top half of your chest. Gaze forwards, push into little finger to wrap the shoulders back. Exhale to fold. Retuck your toes. Send your hips up and back to your heels. Pause here, give the toes a little stretch, base of the feet a little stretch. And then come to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift. Child's pose, lower both knees down. You can bring toes together, send hips back to heels. Forehead rest. Take another breath in. And a sigh out, let go. On your inhale, start to lift yourself back up and come to your downward facing dog. So you can tuck the toes, push into the hands, start to lift your knees, lift your hips. Anytime you come back to down dog, feel free to take another little walk out if that feels nice, or if you're in your tabletop, take a stretch out with one leg and then the other. Heel can come forwards and backwards over the toes. Make sure you're still with your breath here. And wherever you are, if you're still in your down dog, you can lift the heels, bend the knees, look forwards between your hands and start to tiptoe or walk your feet forwards to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold forward, just one breath. Inhale to chair pose. So for chair pose, bend your knees, let your hips sink down, and then you're going to sweep the arms forward. Keep reaching the fingertips forwards and up as you sit yourself down onto an imaginary stool or chair just behind your bum. Scoop in that belly. This is tough for the thighs. Maybe look down at your knees. Can you see your big toes, or do you need to draw the knees back a little to use the glutes? Sit a little deeper. Take one more big breath with me here. Exhale to fold forward, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, so we find that rhythm again. Exhale to fold. Bring your fingertips down onto the mat. So maybe you need to bend the knees a bit to get there. Leave your right foot here. Slide your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. We'll come to warrior one. So when that foot's there, ground your left heel down. That left foot is on a 45 degree. Right knee is over the ankle. Push into your right foot. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms overhead in your warrior one. So when you're here, scoop up through the belly. Maybe bend a little more in that front knee. If you've got space, like my knee's gone over the ankle, just wiggle the right foot a little further forwards. And make sure those arms come back up. Take another breath in here. Warrior two. Let your arms open. Chest opens to the left side. And then notice what's happening with your left toes. So if they're still on that 45, let the toes turn slightly so they're 90 degrees to the long edge of your mat. Make sure you've still got that bend in the front knee. Take a breath in here, just look forwards. And a breath out. Inhale, straighten the right leg. From here, we'll come to triangle pose. So for your triangle, if the legs are quite wide like mine, you can shorten the stance, just toe heel that left foot in a little. And looking forwards, reach forwards with the right hand, as if someone's pulling you to the front. Turn your palms to face the left side, and then just rotate the arms. Right fingernails come to land just to the inside of that right shin. Left arm is reaching you straight up. So there's two directions you want to mainly think about here. Chest reaching forwards, and that left arm giving you a bit of height, so you're not collapsing into the bottom side body. You can look wherever is comfy here as well. So I quite like to look down, or if I need to energize, I look up. Push into the heels, take another breath here. Exhale, bend the front knee. Bring yourself back up to your warrior two. And then look forwards. Cartwheel both hands down each side of your front foot. Lift that back heel and just step to your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. And a long breath out. Inhale, lift both heels. Bend the knees a little, look forwards between your hands. You can tiptoe the feet to the top of your mat, take your time. Exhale to fold for one breath. Chair pose again, just one breath. Bend your knees, let your hips sink. Sweep the arms forwards and up as you sit down into your chair. Again, scoop in the belly. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips to come down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring your fingertips down to the mat. So this time we're going to leave your left foot there. Let the right foot slide again to the back of your mat. And ground your right heel down. Warrior one. So that right foot is on a 45 degree. Push into that left heel as you reach both arms up and open. Scoop in the belly. Maybe bend a little more into that front knee so I've got more space there. I'm going to wiggle that foot forward, re-sweep the arms. Another breath in, reach tall. Warrior two, let the arms open out. And then look at the right toes. Can you turn them a little to face towards the right side? Bend into the knee. Start to straighten your left leg. And then if the legs again are a little wide, just toe heel the right foot in slightly. And then start to reach forward with your left hand as if someone's pulling you, and turn the palms to face the right. Rotate the arms. So left fingertips inside the shin. Right arm is just reaching you straight up. So you want a nice bit of space and length through both side bodies. Maybe you look straight ahead. Take a big breath in. And then rebend that front knee. Come back to your warrior two, arms open out. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to your mat. Lift your back heel. Step to your downward facing dog. And we're going to take another gentle vinyasa. So lower both knees onto your mat. And then bring your shoulders all the way forwards over your wrists. So you're again open through the front of the hips. Untuck the toes. Bend the elbows. Lower your chest all the way down. And then slide chest forwards. Inhale, Cobra. Roll the shoulders back. Option, maybe you push a little higher into up dog. Press into your pinky finger. Exhale to release. And then retuck toes, send your hips up and back to heels. Inhale, lift your hips, come to downward facing dog. Take a clearing breath, inhale. Open your mouth, sigh out. And then gently lower both knees down. We're going to come to another child's pose. Keep the knees kind of hip distance. They could even slide a bit closer together. Untuck the toes. Set your hips back. And for this one, we're going to curl into a little ball. So arms down by your side. Let your forehead rest on your mat. And then start to reach your arms back out in front. Inhale, lift yourself back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Lift both heels, bend the knees, look forward, start to tiptoe feet to the top of your mat. And find your ragdoll once more. Little bend in the knees. Grab the elbows, let the head drop and rest. Release the grip of the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Full mountain pose. Inhale, rising up, scoop your belly in. Even if you can't see my arms, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. And bring your hands together, lower your thumbs to your chest. So you can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn side on. We're going to come into some balance, some tree pose. So for your tree pose, if you do have any niggles in the ankles, then please feel free to adjust a little bit by using your cushion again. You could have one foot on the cushion and that will give you a slight sort of balance on one side. But for tree pose, bring hands onto your hips. Start in the left leg, so weight into your left foot, lift the right heel. Turn the right knee open. And then slowly start to slide that foot up. So you might just have it resting on the inside shin. Maybe you can work on that balance and keep lifting the foot a little higher. Keep going. See if you can bring it all the way up to the inside of your thigh. Maybe using your hand to just securely plant that foot there. Be strong in that left leg. Lift up through the kneecap. If your hands are still on your hips, lift, lengthen the chest. And if you're comfy, bring the hands up to your heart center. Maybe in your tree you want to open out if you've got lots of space. You could test bringing the arms out to the side. Still pushing in that left leg, lifting the belly, lifting chest. And then set your gaze just at one point ahead that's not moving. You can probably see me moving a little bit here. I don't want to distract, so look kind of beyond the screen. Take a breath in, squeeze the bum, lift your chest. And then slowly bring your hands back together. Lower your right foot down. Shake out that left leg. Just let things go. And we take that to the other side. After a little wiggle, hands to hips, weight into your right leg. Lift your left heel. Turn the knee open a little. And then start to slowly work that foot. So maybe you keep it here on the ankle or shin with the ground just accessible if you do have niggles. Or continue to lift the foot. Keep it sliding. So it's quite active the way you're lifting the foot. Maybe you use your hands to plant on the inside thigh. And then from here, if you've got that balance, bring your palms to heart center. Lift up through right kneecap. Notice if that right hip is relaxed, if it's kind of over to that side. Ooh, I'm being tested with my balance. So you're standing tall. Option, open out the arms to the side. If you've got some space, you may not see my arms, but you can reach them high overhead to really test the balance on this side. One more, breathe in, lift tall, scoop in belly, lift chest, and then bring your hands back together. Release your foot and give that right leg a good old shake out. And then we're going to turn back to the front and come to your forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And then from here, bend the knees, bring your hands down, and we're going to lower all the way onto your bum. So you can keep bending the knees, maybe your heels lift off, walk your hands back. Sit your bum down and give the legs just a little wiggle out in front. So for this, we're going to come all the way onto your back, so you can keep sliding your spine down. And bend your knees, let your feet plant. So we're coming to a bridge pose. Bridge pose is to kind of work the bum a bit, the back body. So arms down by your side. You can lift your chin so that if you slide the feet a little bit closer, you don't want them kind of too far away. And they're hip distance. And then let your head and your neck relax back down. For bridge, we're just going to do this once. So again, you can repeat it. If you just want to pause and do 2 more bridges, something like that, that's absolutely fine. But just one for now. So push into the heels. Let your tailbone lift off, your hips lift off. Once they're off, squeeze the bum. Start to press into the heels. Keep lifting the hips. Mid-back, you'll feel your chin come towards your chest. Maybe press your shoulders down a little more to help lift the chest. If it's there for you, you can interlace your hands, pressing your upper arms down into your mat. Just breathing for 3. Keep squeezing your bum. 2. Draw your thighs together a little. 1. And exhale, slowly release the hands. Lower your spine. Gently back down on your mat. Bring your hands just onto your heart or your belly. And then let your knees fall just side to side. So something else that I consider really fundamental is a bit of core work. So I'm just going to do 1 core exercise with you. We're just going to do 3 on each side. It's fairly gentle. It's quite similar to some stuff that some of you might have done in Pilates or other types of core work. So just draw your knees into your chest and then let your legs straighten up to the ceiling. You want your feet, knees, thighs glued together. It can be quite nice to bring arms down by your sides and shuffle the backs of the hands ever so slightly under your hips. Make sure that doesn't make your shoulders lift off. Press them down. And then from here, flex the toes, scoop your belly in, press your mid-back down, and lower your feet as slowly as you can, all the way, as low as you can. Maybe they're just 2 inches off the mat, or when you feel the back trying to lift off the mat, that's when you bend the knees, bring them back in. So that's your leg raise, first one. We'll do 2 more like this. Lengthen both legs up, flex the toes towards your body. Scoop belly in, press spine down, lower the feet. Just take your time, breathe. Hovering, and then bend the knees, bring them back in. So that will get kind of mid and deep core. 1 more, straighten the legs. Exhale, lower, lower. Keep pushing the spine down, drawing belly in, and bend the knees, bring them in. Hands to the knees, just take a little circle. So we're going to do 3 more in the opposite direction. So leg raise one way and the other. Setting up for this, keep the knees here, bring your arms down, flex the feet, and then lower the feet down onto your mat. So they're just hovering off the mat. And then straighten your legs, keep the belly drawing in, see how far you can hover the legs, and inhale, lift them back up. That's 1. Bend the knees, bring them to your belly. Exhale, flex the feet, let them hover just off the mat, straightening the legs. Inhale, come back up. 2. Bend the knees, flex the feet, let them hover, scooping belly in, straighten legs. Inhale, back up. 3. And bring your knees towards your chest. Take another circle. And then from here, bring the soles of your feet together. Send the knees open wide. Bring one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. We're in your Supta Baddha Konasana, a reclined butterfly pose. So you can bring your head to neutral, chin draws towards your chest. And we'll just take a few breaths here. So we're opening through the groin and giving your back just a nice chance to flatten on your mat. Take 3 deep breaths. You can let go of the Ujjayi breath and just take an inhale and exhale. Breathe in Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring your arms down by your sides. Find the knees. Bring your knees together. Hug them in towards your chest once more. And we're going to take a twist. So you can keep the knees here. Let your arms open out to the side. If you've got space, you can have them straight out. I've got a wall in the way here, so you may just want a slight bend in the elbows if you're a bit more restricted on space. And then let both knees fall to your left hand side. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, just so that you can still see. So you can adjust this if you want the twist to be deeper. Lift the knees a bit higher so they're more aligned with your belly button or your hips. And keep your right shoulder pressing down. If this is too deep, just lower the knees down your mat a little. Next breath in, draw your belly in a little, and then bring knees back to center. And you can take them straight over to the other side. So I'm just going to shuffle my hips one way so I have space, but you can just send them over to your right. Trying this time to keep the right shoulder down. Again, adjusting where the knees are. Your supine twist, you should feel this in the back, maybe the chest, maybe outside of the left thigh. Next breath in, draw your belly in a little. Bring your knees back to center. And then from here, let both legs just lengthen down your mat. You can straighten the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides, chin into your chest. For your Shavasana, your deep relaxation. Take a breath in. Sigh out, let go. And I'll leave you here for a few minutes, just in stillness, to relax. Take a big breath in and sigh out, let go. Another breath in, reach your arms overhead, point the toes, slide the feet together. And then bring your knees in, bring your arms to wrap around your knees. Give yourself a big squeeze, lifting your head to your knees. And then roll to one side and push yourself up to a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed. And wherever you are, turn your palms to face up. Inhale, sweep both arms all the way up, overhead. Bring your palms together. Exhale, lower your thumbs to your third eye, your space between your eyebrows. Thank you and namaste. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please keep an eye out on my channel. I'll be bringing out more and more of these videos. Give me a shout if you have any questions. My Facebook or email contacts if you're gonna just follow this
fitness clips, so have a look for those at the end. And I hope to see you at another one of these soon.
Thank you.